Yo, what's going on, boys? You know who it is. It's Azza8585 bringing you a Forza Motorsport 6 tuning video. This time it's on something a bit different. Let's just have a look at this all unfold. How did I get through there? Brilliant, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. As stated, it's a Nissan GTR. I think it's called the Black Series or the Black or something like that. Basically all it is just a souped up version of the Nissan GTR. So we are on, I don't even know what the track's called, Prague. I hate this track with a passion. I had nowhere to go with that sort of instance there. It was either hit that geezer there or probably knock someone off. I took the second option. Ask me if I'm bothered. The reason I'm doing this tune is obviously everyone loves a Nissan GTR. It's quite a common supercar that you see knocking about. It's actually quite affordable as well to buy in real life. You can pick a second-hand one up for about £30,000, probably about €42,000 if you're in the EU, if you're in Europe, sorry, and about $40,000 I want to say if you're in America. So for what it is, 500 odd brake horsepower from the get-go, four-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in God knows how quick. It's a very, very affordable car. It's Nissan, so it's absolutely bulletproof. Right, economy side of things over. I won't bore you anymore. I don't like this track in all honesty, but this tune it's good enough for me to sort of show you guys, because a lot of you guys do actually use the Nissan GTR. I've been told when I've raced with a couple of subscribers, they've always used Nissan GTRs as well. So I was like, okay, what I'll do is I'll get one out there for the boys, get one out there so you guys can use this car and be quite competitive. I was a bit unlucky there, but also a bit lucky there as well. The tune, it's very stable, and the fact that if it does sort of step out, like you probably saw in the second corner, I pretty much got it to 90 degrees and managed to flick it back round and carry on where I was going without no hassle. So it's a very, very fun car to drive, and it's actually got quite a lot of grip as well. Once you get to grips with how it works and how when to turn in, etc, etc, you can set some really, really fast lap times in this car. Don't get me wrong, it's nothing to write home about, nothing to sail abroad for either, but it's a fun car to use if you want to use something in the hoppers and just be a bit different, because I know I did. I really enjoyed using this car in this race. It was a bit of a challenge. It's obviously, as we know, it's not the best car in S-Class, but like I say, I did have a lot of fun. So the last one I've just put out yesterday, that was incredible. Well over 80 views now already, so for me is incredible. But a lot of you guys obviously enjoyed it. You all welcomed me back as well, quite warm. So I can't argue, and I thank you all for it. Keep your support, keep your comments up. Keeps me hungry to do some more videos for you. So I did this tune for you today because I know this car, and I've tried to tune it before. It's been very, very, very difficult to tune because it's very snappy. And if you've ever tuned it and used it, you'd know what I mean. You could have a perfect tune in the corners, but going into corners, it's very snappy and it doesn't like to turn. It's very hard to explain. But if you've used the car before, from a standard setup or anything like that, you'll know exactly what I mean. As soon as you touch the throttle coming out of a corner, the back end steps out almost immediately. It's as if there's like a steel girder in the axles. Combine them both together, when one spins, the other spins. So it took me quite a while to get that pinned out. Don't get me wrong, some corners you can floor it coming out of like this. It's a bit hit and miss. Sometimes it'll spin, sometimes it won't. It was the best that I could do with the time frame that I've done it in. Don't get me wrong, I didn't get the fastest lap here, and I didn't get the fastest lap at all. I was nowhere near. But the reason I put this in was because obviously that first corner mashup, how I escaped, and I don't know how. These two Ford GTs were playing, having a boxing fight, so I snuck up inside of this Ferrari F50 and gone from about 7th or whatever position I was straight up into 3rd place. And my 10th down on my lap time, skimmed that wall there, and I was just seeing if that Ferrari could keep up. The stats on this that you've seen, obviously it's no grip car around a track like this. It won't stand a chance, but maybe on Road America Road Atlanta, things like that, where it's stop, start, stop, start, big straight sort of things, it will prevail. But the guy in first, he had 6.9 handling, 6.9 brake, 9.3 acceleration, and then just a tiny bit lower top speed than me, so he was head and shoulders. I was the underdog in this race. Had he not won, I'd have been a bit surprised and a bit confused, but yeah, it's a Ferrari F50. It's one of the best cars in the class as well. So I wasn't expecting to win the race, but I was expecting to come podium, maybe second at best. And at the minute, you know, I'm in third place. And I'll cut to the chase. And I won't bore you. I did finish in third place, but like I said, it was a very fun race. Spent most of it going sideways, and you know, it's back to my roots. I do enjoy going sideways and fast. And it's nice to have a car like this, which is so difficult to tune, to be basically usable for everyone to use, like you, and especially me. I never checked this guy's lap to see if he cheated or not like that. I don't really care, because it's not like that. I just wanted to see exactly how good this car was. I'll show you the lap times now. They'll come up this second. 1:54 to something I think my lap time is. So it's not the quickest, it's not the slowest, but you move on, don't you? You live and learn. Right, the juicy bit, onto the tune. There she is, the Nissan GTR Black Edition. There are my statistics, and if you compare to that of the Ferrari F50 of what I've just said, you can see there's a big advantage for the F50. So, onto the upgrade shop. This is the tuning side of things, and obviously, as always, I will do the fine tuning side of things towards the end of the video. So, as I briefly mentioned just about my last video, well over 80 views now. Don't get me wrong, it's not a million, it's not anything like that, but for me, who's constantly growing and growing and growing, the numbers are only going to get bigger, bigger and bigger. So as long as you guys keep up your support, keep watching the videos, and you know, keep supporting me along the way, giving me good feedback, constructive feedback, criticism, give me whatever you want. As long as you give me something to work with, I can always strive to improve, and that's what I want to do. Made me laugh. One of the guys say I talk too much. The reason I probably talk too much is because I haven't got any sort of background music to go with or anything like that these bigger boys have got on the YouTube scene, solely because I haven't yet invested any money into it. I'm doing it solely off my Xbox. So a lot of you guys are like, how do you do it? Basically I use the Upload Studio. It's cheap, but at this moment in time I don't see the point in going all out like a lot of these guys do, going all out, because I don't know how long I'll do it for. Don't get me wrong, I want to do it and do it and do it and keep doing it for years on end, but it's one of them where if it's becoming, as they say, a waste of time for me, I'm just doing it and nothing's happening. I've spent, you know, 100 quid on a game capture card, etc, 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 for nothing. But absolutely nothing. So please pause and stop and go back and rewind, do whatever you need to do with the tune that's just gone on. We're going on to the finer tuner side of things now. PSI 29.5. There's your gear ratio. That's actually a tuned gear ratio. Okay, that is tuned, so you're constantly in the power band. But like I say, if you want to alter that, you can do. Negative 2.3, negative 1.4, sorry, on the rear camber. That's really important on the toe. If you have it too far positive, so either -2, -1 or 0, it will be very, very twitchy indeed. That's just to give me a bit more oversteer in corners, just to get that back end to step out so I can swing it round these tight hairpins. Sorry. There's your suspension, there's your rebound and your bump stiffness. Okay, there's not much more else to explain, you know how everything works there. And then this is your downforce. I've opted for a bit more on the rear than the front because it does tend to help me. I think 49%, but this is personal preference. If you want more on the front, more on the rear, you can do. Likewise, brake pressure, up or down. It's coming to the end of the video. You know what to do. Smash a thumbs up. Been Azza 8585. Stay tuned for now.